Welcome back. Let's see what the newspapers are reporting this morning as we read between the lines.
So the newspapers today, other than of course all the news about the air pollution and the climate change, all of that, there is one interesting story. It's a technology story that says surveying mines with a drone's eye view. So drones are being used for mining activities. Yeah. The center has decided to give a major thrust to the use of unmanned aerial vehicles, commonly known as drones, in order to increase the efficiency of various aspects of mining sector, such as plant preparation, area inspection and mineral exploration.
I think that's very interesting, because otherwise the only time you hear the word drones is in relation to, anti-terrorist activities carried out by governments. So this is actually quite encouraging that drones are being used for other things as well.
Absolutely. And in terms of, yes, they are used for military purposes, but in addition to that, it will be interesting to know that drones are used for farming. It's used in Hollywood movies. They're used as kids' machines, those aeroplanes that they like to fly. But then, Charu, drones are banned in India for any kind of professional or personal use. Apparently, you have to go through special permissions at several levels of several departments to get drones to be employed in whatever professional activity.
That's really interesting. Well, I picked up the Indian Express this morning and I found this gorgeous article which the headlines read, "No Child's Play." And this is about an Express masterclass for parents, which is being held by a psychotherapist, Gloria Barrett, and she will be sharing secrets on how to be a better parent. Now, Satya, I think this is really good news for anybody who's living in Delhi and who has a few hours to spare on November 19th, because Gloria is going to be devising games for parents to help them understand what empathy looks like and assist them in exploring the world from the point of view of a child. Now, I just want to stop here. The word empathy is so important, because very often, with children, we become like awful school teachers. We're like, don't do this, but that's really not what they want to hear. And that's really no way to communicate anything to them at all. You need to empathize. You need to be able to see things from a child's point of view. And that's exactly what this workshop is about. And this is going to be addressing issues like emotional outburst, groups to address issues of child with immense temper tantrums. And I think we've all experienced that. Every one of us who's had children has at some point of time had them lie down on the floor, ball up their fists and stomp and say, "No, I will not move and I will not do this." So Gloria says to see, to know, to connect, because what I cannot see, I will never understand, and what I cannot understand, I will never be able to connect to. So this is a great workshop, I think, to be able to, communicate better with your child, because being a parent, any parent would agree with me that it's the job of your life. I mean, it's really the most difficult job, the most challenging job you're ever going to get.
I can't agree more. And guess what, Charu? It's not just in parenting. I think all of us, even as adults, we need counseling and mentoring at every level, at every stage of our lives.
Absolutely.
I think people who are going out on dates, young teenagers, they need counseling. There's parenting counseling, there is childbirth counseling. There's counseling we require and mentorship at every stage of our lives. Well, moving on from parenting and counseling to, again, what I am always concerned about is the pollution and the weather changing. There is a report which says under the weather, and it's very topical because so much for all the weather changes and pollution that we keep talking about. They've listed out the various extreme weather conditions in different parts of the world. It's an interesting study. Here it says we take a look at a selection of extreme weather phenomenon in 2016, which UN experts say may be the hottest year on record.
Oh my God. I knew it though. I could feel the heat this time. I really could.
So did I. And I won't read out all the countries, but in Canada, the most devastating fires in the country's history happened at Fort McMurray in May.
My God.
And in China, flooding in China claims 310 lives. That's again due to weather conditions.
Yes.
Where are we going to? And one other interesting article, which I'm sure you would pay special attention to, only because we've got kids around, you've got a child of your own, and the child, of course, will make other friends. It says binge drinking teens may have obese, depressed kids.
Oh my God.
That does not sound like good news.
No, it does not. It does not. Well, we are facing, you know, this new generation is completely different from what we were. There's a very interesting article today in the Times which talks about think, wait, start, and this whole generation that they call the millennials, you know, all the children born after the year 2000, who are now just taking on their own path and looking at entrepreneurship. And it says that for a really long time, students had their career charts chalked out properly. They would study hard at schools and colleges, get selected in competitive exams, and then work in the field that they dreamt of since they were kids. But that just doesn't seem to be the situation anymore. The millennials, and I like the word millennials.
I like it too.
I like it. The Gen X, forget Gen X, they're the millennials. They're more spontaneous and they like to take things one thing at a time, and many of them have bitten the entrepreneurial bug. So I think it's very interesting to see where this generation is going to be going. And I'm going to leave you with that thought. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to see you back for WION Breakfast on the other side of it.